कस्तूरी तिलकं ललाटपटले वक्षस्थले कौस्तुभम् नासाग्रे वर्मौक्तिकं करतले वेणुकरे कङ्कणम् सर्वांगे हरिचन्दनं सुललितं कंठे च मुक्तावली गोपास्त्री परिवेष्टितो विजयते गोपाल चूड़ामणि वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran. There are 18 Puranas, 18 Purans, 6 belonging to the Sattvagun category, 6 belonging to the Rajogun category, and 6 belonging to the Tamogun category. Now, when we say Rajogun, Tamogun, and Sattvagun, and Purans are classified in accordance with the gunas, we shouldn't get confused because everything is under the divine power. Tamas, Rajas, and Satvik, all three are the manifestation of the nature, Prakriti. So in a way, everything is connected to the Lord. So in that sense, everything is glorious. Even this world, which has got so much of negativity, is also absolutely glorious because they are manifestations of the Lord. God himself has become this world. Otherwise, why Tulsidas ji will be writing आनंद सिंधु मध्य तब वासा आनंद सिंधु मध्य तब वासा नहीं जाने कत मरसी पियासा श्री राम जय राम Jaya Jaya Ram. Tulsidas ji is describing this entire world to be the ocean of bliss. It is the form of God. So we may see so many defects, so many negativities, killings going on, hatred, and all the negativities, but it is all part of the same source because God has the material energy. Also, God has the Jeev Shakti, the soul energy, and God has his own potential, his own personal power, which is the Parashakti. So we shouldn't be allergic to any aspects of the nature because everything belongs to God. But then, what is taking us close to God, we have to be thinking about. So that is a little bit to understand the gunas, because there is a reason why Shri Krishna is telling us to go beyond the gunas. Bhagavad Gita shlok in the second chapter. Nice Traigunya Veda, Traigunya Vishya Veda, nice Traigunya Bhavarjuna. Shri Krishna is telling Arjun, get above the three modes of material nature. So, although material energy is part of God, but material energy is preventing us from reaching God. So, from that point of view, we have to be alert about the material energy, the three gunas, and go beyond that to become nirgun. So, this is what we should understand. And also, the point which I was making. So Bhagavad Puran comes in the Sattva Gun categories of the Purans, along with Brahma Vaivartak Puran, Vishnu Puran, etc. And Shiv Puran, and there are other Purans which come under Rajo Guna category. So out of the 16 Purans, Bhagavad Mahapuran is considered the highest. And Bhagavad Mahapuran is highest among not only the Purans but all the Vedic scriptures, because Bhakti Marg is the only path to reach God, and all other margas are full of challenges, full of problems, and they don't reach us to the highest position. So Bhakti Marg is considered above Gyan Marg, above Karma Marg, everything else. So that is about a little bit about the importance of Bhagavad Mahapuran. So today is a very special day for us because we are starting a new canto, and the most awaited canto, which is the canto 10, wherein Krishna's leelas are going to be manifested in full glories. So how Shri Krishna descended on this earthly planet 5200 plus years back in a village in Mathura, and how he is considered the most sought after Lord. You cannot find a city or a village where there is no temple of Sri Krishna. So Sri Krishna has six opulences which are unmatched. He is the strongest. He is the most handsome. He is the most knowledgeable. He is the most famous. He is the most detached. So Shad Ashwarya he has, and that is why Shri Krishna is celebrated everywhere. He is the Lord of all the lords. You keep going back into the lineages, so you reach Manvantar head Manu, and you reach Brahma, and then you reach Vishnu, and then you reach Mahavishnu, and then you reach Chaturvyu, and then you reach Balram, and then you reach Sri Krishna, and beyond Sri Krishna, no one else. So, Sri Krishna, you can say the avatari. Every avatar comes from Sri Krishna. So, that is the importance of Sri Krishna, about whom the Canto 10 will deal extensively. So, today we'll begin with the first chapter, which is the Advent of Sri Krishna. So, I copied it from the ISKCON site. So, thanking them a lot about the content, about the index. So the first chapter, as you can see, is the descent of Sri Krishna, the advent of Sri Krishna, and then how the devatas pray to the Lord, and how the birth of Lord Krishna takes place, and then Krishna's birth ceremony and meeting of Nand Maharaj and Vasudev, killing of Putana, and killing of other demons in the next few chapters. And then the family will move to Brindavan, and there also many challenges. Krishna will be attacked by other demons, and then uh, different leelas he will play, culminating into Krishna stealing, Brahmaji coming and testing Sri Krishna, and Krishna uh, then showing to Brahma ji who he is. So Brahma ji will steal all the cows and all the calves and all the gopas, and Krishna will create all of them, a complete replica, a duplicate. And although originally all the Gwal Bal and the and the other calves and cows have been taken away, but Krishna has created them all once again. So everything goes on as usual. So all these leelas we will read about, but let us begin with the first leela: why Shri Krishna took avatar and how this avatar took place, what are the backgrounds. So we will read that today. But before that, let us begin the session with our bhajan. So over to Yatin Bhaiya, who will read the English translation of the bhajan, which is a bhog bhajan. We will offer the food items to Sri Krishna. This is lunchtime in Bangalore. I am traveling, so I am in Bangalore today. And we'll offer lunch to Sri Krishna through this bhog arti. And then we will start the reading of the text. So, Yatinji.
Yeah, so Gopi says, I adore the vision of Radha Krishna eating together. My both beloved are sitting on a low height seat, especially made for dining purpose, which is embedded with jewels, is made of sandalwood. The gopis have neatly placed the gold bowls in an ornamented high-edged large gold dish, and in them they serve the food of nectar delicacy of all six kinds of flavors: salty, sweet, hot, spicy, pungent, savory, and sour. Then the gopis said with folded hands, O life of my soul, Priya Priyatam, please eat the food. Radha and Krishna both started eating, joyfully giggling and smiling. Sometimes they gave morsels of their choice in each other's mouth. The gopi played the instrument and sang the dining song Jevanar in sweet voice while they ate. The gopi says the dining lila is so loving and charming that anyone who sees it sacrifices soul.
Thank
Radharani.
you, Sri Vijay. So, my apologies. So, it is Vijay Bhaiya today who is anchoring. So, let us sing this Bhog Bhajan. Jevan is the food. In Marathi language, also they use Jevanar, Jevan. So, that word has been used. Jevan ki balihar yugalvar. जेवन की बलिहार युगलवर जेवन की बलिहार युगलवर जीवन 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 की बलिहार युगल मणि न जटित चंदन पीठासन मणि न जटिन मणि न जटित चंदन पीठासन राजत दो सरकार युगलवर राजत दो सरकार युगलवर राजत दो सरकार युगलवर जीवन की बलिहार युगल कनक थार मह कनक कटोरिन कनक थार मह कनक कटोरिन साजी सखिन सवार युगलवर सखिन साजी सखिन सवार युगलवर जीवन की बलिहार युगलवर जीवन की बलिहार युगल पुनीतिन मह परसी बहु व्यंजन पुनीतिन सी बहु व्यंजन घट सट रस सरस अपार युगल भर सट रस सरस अपार युगल भर जीवन की बलिहार युगल भर जीवन की बलिहार युगल भर पुनि कर जोरी कहेउ आरोगहु पुनि कर जोरी कहेउ आरोग सखीन प्राण साकार युगल भर सखीन प्राण साकार युगल भर जीवन की बलिहार युगल भर जीवन की बलिहार युगल भर पिय प्यारी मुख प्यारी पिय मुख पिय प्यारी पिय प्यारी मुख प्यारी पिय मुख हंसी हंसी ग्रास ही डार युगल भर हंसी हंसी ग्रास ही डार युगल भर जीवन की बलिहार युगल भर जीवन की बलिहार युगल भर सखी न समाज साज संग गावती सखी न समाज साज संग गावती मधुर सुरन जेवनार जुगल वर मधुर सुरन जेवनार युगल भर जीवन की बलिहार अलवर जीवन की बलिहार युगल भर लखी कृपालु जो बाकी झांकी लखी कृपालु सो बाकी झांकी कौन प्राण देवार कौन प्राण देवार युगल भर जीवन की बलिहार 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 युगल भर बोलिए श्रीमद सदगुरु सरकार की जय श्रीमद युगल सरकार की जय
जय
जय जय श्री
श्री
राधे
राधे
जय जय श्री
श्री
राधे
राधे
जय जय श्री राधे Our koti koti pranam to the lotus feet of Sri Hari and Sri Guru. Our koti koti pranam to Swami Mukundananji. My humble pranam to each one of you. And now let us read from Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, the most celebrated, the most awaited canto, Canto 10, Dashamaskand, wherein we are going to be reading about the advent of Lord Shri Krishna or the descent of Lord Shri Krishna or the avatar of Lord Shri Krishna. So let me read a few slides and then I'll hand over to the participants. Canto 10, Chapter 1, Descent of Lord Shri Krishna. King Parikshit, delighted with hearing the lineage of the lunar and solar dynasties and with the wonderful deeds done by the kings of these dynasties, now specifically requests Sukdev Ji Maharaj to recount the exploits of Supreme Lord Vishnu, who with Sri Balram descended in this line. The king explains that any man would be delighted and would not give up an opportunity to listen to the Leelas of the Supreme Lord, which is a sure remedy to get rid of transmigration and is constantly sung even by souls who have given up their desires altogether. Seeking Sri Krishna's lotus feet, my grandfather Arjun and grand uncles Yudhishthir and others successfully crossed the ocean of life, represented as the Kaurva army, fought with whales in the form of brave warriors like Bhishma, vanquishing them. My mother Uttara sought his refuge when I was the sole survivor left of the Kurus and Pandavas, and he then protected me in my mother's womb from the missile hurled at me by Dronaputra Ashwatthama. O revered sage, recount the exploits of that Lord to me who disguises as a human being with his Yogmaya energy and who lives inside a jeev as an inner controller and outside as time, granting death or immortality to all embodied beings. Dear sage, how was Sankarshan known as son of Brahma, as son of Rohini? How was the Lord brought up in Vraj when he was born in Mathura? And what were the other places where the Lord with his people reside? What all Leelas did he conduct in Vraj and Mathura, the city founded by Demon Madhu? Why did he slay his own uncle Kans? So, as you all would have noticed, the scriptures are a constant question and answer. It is called a spiritual dialectics. So, the student raises the question, and the guru, the teacher, answers, and that conversation becomes a means to learn the subject. So now we go into the next slide. Having learned that after the lineage of lunar and solar dynasty, we read about Yadu dynasty and Vrishni dynasty and Shursen dynasty, and how Sri Krishna appears in the Chandravansh and how Ram appears in the Suryavansh. So that's what we are reading. What happens after the birth of Sri Krishna and why did Sri Krishna take birth? For how many years did he live in the human form with Vrishnis in Mathura? I am very eager and in complete faith want to listen to the same. The physical hunger, which is so difficult to suppress, does not torment me now, and I don't even desire water as my hunger thirst gets sated drinking the nectar of Sri Hari's story flowing from your lotus lips. O sage, at this point, Sukdev Maharaj tells Shanak Muni and others, O son of Brigu, Shanak Muni, Shukdev Maharaj seeing King Parikshit as a protege of Lord Vishnu, was very happy with the questions, and then the son of the foremost devotees of the Lord, Vyas Muni, proceeded to narrate the glorious story of Sri Krishna that destroys the impurities of Kali age. Sukdev ji starts, O dear king, your mind has now come to this stage due to your lasting devotion of Lord Vasudev. An inquiry into the Lord's Leelas indeed purifies all three, the reciter, the interlocutor, and the listener, which is similar to purification of water by washing it in the Lord's feet or by bathing in the Ganga. When the Daitya in the form of arrogant kings oppressed all beings on Mother Earth, the then assured form of on Mother Earth, she then assumed form of cow, woefully shedding tears, approached Lord Brahma for a remedy. Seeing and perceiving the calamity, Lord Brahma, along with Lord Shiv, Mother Earth, other devatas approached the supreme Lord at the shores of Kshir Sagar. So there are three Vishnus, Mahavishnu or the Karnar Darshai Vishnu. And there is the second Vishnu called Garbhodakshai Vishnu. And there is the third Vishnu called Chirodakshai Vishnu. So Brahmaji appears from the navel of the second Vishnu, which is the Karnar Dashai Vishnu, Chirodarai, and Garbhodakshai Vishnu. So he appears from the navel, and then Brahmaji creates this entire creation. And we also read about the listeners comprised of Shaunak Muni, who are the descendants of Brahmin, the Devata the personality called Bhrigu. So, and the glories of Bhagavad are being described in the second paragraph, that when we hear the Leelas of the Lord, the reciter, the listener, and the interlocutor, they are all purified. It is like washing of of the of the soul by touching the water washed by the Lord's feet. So how Mother Earth has become very terrified, so much of atrocities are going on her. So she has approached Brahmaji with tears in her eyes, and Brahmaji, perceiving the calamity, along with Lord Shiv, Mother Earth, and other devatas, they have approached the Supreme Lord at the shores of Kshir Sagar. So Kshir Sagar is the ocean of milk in which Garbhodakshayi Vishnu resides. So they approach that Lord, and let us see what happens next. So, okay, therefore Lord Brahma recited the Purushukt prayers extolling the Lord. When Lord Brahma went into Samadhi, he heard a voice, after listening to which he then told all the Devatas that the Supreme Person was well aware of Mother Earth's distress and instructed the Devatas and their wives to take various forms on earth and be born in Yaduvansh, till the Supreme Lord would himself manifest in the house of Vasudev Anakdundubi to serve the Lord and his beloveds. To assist Sri Hari, Lord Anant will first manifest as his elder brother. Even Yog Maya will be born as his part manifestation to assist him, reassuring Mother Earth and instructing the Devta. Lord Brahma then returned to his own abode. At that time, Mathura was ruled over by Yaduvanshis, and Shursen was the Yadu chief of Mathura. His son Vasudev married Devaki's daughter. After completing the marriage rituals, Devaki's cousin Kans, King Ugrasen's son, enthusiastically personally drove the newlywed couple in the chariot. Just then, an Akashvani was heard saying, "O Kans, you fool, the eighth child of this very girl whom you are now serving will slay you." Alarmed on learning death, about his own death, the furious Kans dragged Devaki by her hair to slay her with his sword. Her groom Vasudev immediately came to her defense and pleaded with Kans, "O virtuous and famed hero of the Bhojas, how can you slay your own cousin and a woman, and that too on the joyous occasion of her marriage?" So, a very famous incident when Kans, who was very fond of his cousin's sister Devaki, turned so hostile, because for every person, his life is more important than anything else. So that's what Kans did. He is, as you can see in the picture, trying to slay Devaki after hearing the Akashvani, and Vasudev, the husband of Devaki, intervenes. So let us see what happens in the next slide. So over to Sri Vijay.
Yeah, thank you, Ved.
Right.
So, I think Sheila Didi has raised her hand. Sheila Didi, you
Thank
want to
you.
do
Yes,
next? Yeah.
please, if I could. Thanks. He reasons with Kans, explaining that A, death is inevitable and sure for all living beings, whether immediate or later. B, like when walking, the back foot is lifted only when the front foot is firmly gripped while taking a step, or a caterpillar discards the leaf behind after latching onto a new leaf. Similarly, the soul too adopts a new body which it gets as per its karma when the old body drops and dies. C, by getting obsessed with material objects entrenched in our mind, which later come as dreams due to our obsessions with them. We take them as real and worth pursuing, and the soul continues identifying with the physical body as real, which then adopts the subsequent body, forgetting the old body. 8. D. Again, the soul taking the material body as prime, which is made up of the 5 elements, takes so many different forms, and with the Lord's deluding Maya Shakti, the soul clings to the new body with the mind and karmas. E. The reflection of the sun and moon, which appear sometimes hazy, sometimes moving, sometimes clear. Similarly, the soul too, being in ignorance, gets attached to the images of material existence and experiences, fear, delusion, etc. F, for the jiva's own welfare. Hence, it is very important and vital not to harm any other living being, as such harmful acts will bring fear to the wrongdoer, from the victim and its kins, and from Yamdev after death. So, to avoid this fear, do not kill or harm Devaki.
Yeah, I think you're on mute.
Radhe Radhe. So this is the conversation between Vasudev and Kans when Kans is turning so angry and wanting to slay his cousin sister Devaki. This is what our Anak Dundubi ji, Vasudev ji gave the knowledge, and Kans is listening to that, and very profound words he has spoken, which is a good study for us to understand all the philosophy. For example, the reflection of the sun and moon, which appear sometimes hazy, sometimes moving, sometimes clear. Similarly, the soul, too, being in ignorance, gets attached to different images of material existence and experiences, fear, delusion, etc. So all the profound knowledge has been spoken about the soul and the inevitability of the death. But let us see what happens in the next slide.
Shall I carry on, Bhaiya?
Yeah.
G. Devaki is a young, helpless girl and more like a daughter to you, who has now completing the marriage rituals, looks forward to your blessings. The devious, cruel Kans, however, was unmoved with all the praises, pleas, requests, and wanting to safeguard his own life, was firm in his resolve to kill Devaki. Seeing Kans's obstinacy, Vasudev thought, as long as the physical body and mind are capable and active, every effort should be taken to protect the same, even fighting with death. Let me rescue Devaki by offering my future sons by handing them to Kans, which would calm him and remove his fear. Anyway, life remains unpredictable and Kans could die a natural death, as providence is hard to comprehend. Where death was inevitable, life has returned back, or at times death comes most unexpectedly. So the future could change, just as a forest fire engulfs trees which are far away, but nearby trees remain unsaved. Nothing is certain. Thinking like this, Vasudev, with an aching, heavy heart, softly and smilingly appeased Kans, saying, Indeed, you need not fear of Devaki, dear Kans, as I promised to hand over my sons to you the moment they are born.
Right. So the words of Vasudev ji to save Devaki have been discussed here, have been narrated, and he is thinking that he will promise handing over the children born to Devaki, because in the Akashvani there was the mention of the eighth child. So he is going to tell Kans, why are you worried now? Because the first seven children are not being talked about. The Akashvani talks about the eighth child. So let's go on to the next one.
Yeah. So anybody else want to read the slide? Not that I can do it.
Or I can keep reading, Bhaiya, if you want. Whatever.
Yeah, you can
Vijay?
read the slide.
Yeah,
Okay.
after that, Sri Vijay will read.
Sure. Knowing Vasudev to be honest and always true to his word, Kans spared Devaki, and the newlywed couple reached Vasudev's home. Devaki, in whom the Devatas reside, then had 8 sons and 1 daughter, Subhadra, in the years that followed. When her eldest son, Kirtiman, was born, Vasudev, who is righteous and wise, calmly accepting the situation, true to his promise, handed over the newborn infant to Kans. Seeing Vasudev's honesty and equanimity, treating in life and death as same, Kans melted and returned the child back to Vasudev, saying that he did not fear any harm from Vasudev's eldest. Not trusting Kans, the skeptical Vasudev returned back with his child to his home.
Yeah, so the word is Vasudev because
Okay, sorry.
Vasudev is Krishna, Vasudev is Krishna's father.
Sorry, Bhaiya. Thank you for
Nonsense.
putting me
Yeah.
right. Then the great sage Narad, on his own accord, approached Kans and informed him that the cowherds of Braj, headed by Nand, Vrushnis, headed by Vasudev, and Yadav women, headed by Devaki, and all their relatives and people, some who serve Kans are mostly the Devtas themselves. Narad Muni also told Kans Lord Brahma's instructions to the Devatas in assisting towards the destruction of the Daityas who were burdening the earth. After learning this, Kans assumed that the Yadus are the Devatas and Lord Vishnu would be born to Devaki to slay him. Kans bound Vasudev and Devaki in chains and kept them captive in their own home. Kans then killed every son of Devaki, thinking each to be the Lord Vishnu. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. So
Radhe.
here again the description about how Vasudev ji is going to hand over the newborn infants to Kans. That is his plan. So seeing and hearing all that, Kans had a change in his heart and he agreed to let Devaki carry on and proceed. And then we hear about great sage Narad. He approaches Kans and he is talking about the Brahma's instructions to the Devatas in assisting towards the destruction of Daityas who were burning the earth. And then Kans again becomes suspicious after hearing Naradji's prophecies. And again, Kans, he chains Vasudeva and Devaki and keeps them in the captivity. And now we will learn about the prison in which Devaki and her husband Vasudeva are put, and how Sri Krishna will descend will be the next unfoldment of the story.
Yeah, I'll read the last slide. Cherishing power, many greedy monarchs and kings are known to kill even their own blood relation. Kans, remembering his previous birth as Kalnemi, who was slain by the Lord in the ocean battle after Samudra Manthan, continued with his grudge towards the Lord by treating the Yadus as his enemies. He imprisoned his own father Ugrasen, who was the leader of Yadus, Bhojas, and Andhakas, and forcibly captured the throne to rule over the Sursena territory.
Right. So here we learn that Kans remembers his previous birth as Kalnemi. So after he was slain by the Lord in the ocean battle after Samudra Manthan. So in his previous birth, Kans was Kalnemi and he had been killed by the Lord. So his grudge was already there and he always treated Yadus to be his enemies. And he had imprisoned his own father Ugrasen, who also belonged to the same dynasty, and he was the leader of the Yadus and the Bhojas and the Andhaks. So now you will remember, King Pururva, Urvashi, his son Yayati, and Puru, and their son Yadu, and then Vishnu, and all these other personality, Andhak, and uh, the Bhojas. And in the next dynasty, we have Shursen and Ugrasen. So Ugrasen is also imprisoned by Kans along with Devki and along with others. And Devki and Vasudev also he has imprisoned. So with that, we come to an end of the first chapter, Descent of Lord Shri Krishna, and now we move on to the takeaways. So,
So
Shri
this is the
Vijay, you
meaning.
want to
Yeah.
read? Yeah.
An inquiry concerning the story of Lord Vasudeva indeed purifies all the three persons, like the reciter, the interlocutor, and the audience, even as the water touched by the Lord's feet, the water in which an image of the Lord has been washed, or the Ganga, hallows all.
Right. So the Sanskrit shloka is Vasudeva Katha Prashna Puras Sanstrin Punatihi Vaktaram Prachakkam Shrotris Tat Pad Salilam Yatha. So, who gets benefits from listening to this divine sweet katha? The reciter, the interlocutor, and the audience. So, the listener and the speaker and interlocutor, is he the person who is the facilitator? So let us read while I check the exact meaning of interlocutor. Please read the next one.
Repetition of the divine name, performance of all
Right.
duties.
So, so a person who is in a conversation with somebody else, a person or an organization that talks to another person or organization on behalf of somebody else. So if somebody is reciting the original story, I guess that is the meaning. So now we have completed the text reading because that shloka was also a part of the first chapter. And now we are on the takeaway. So let me just sing the Ramayana Chaupais. जप तप नियम योग निज धर्मा श्रुति संभव नाना शुभ कर्मा ज्ञान दया दम तीरथ मज्जन जहाँ लगी धर्म कहे श्रुति सज्जन आगम निगम पुराण अनेका पढ़े सुने कर फल प्रभु एका तव पद पंकज प्रीति निरंतर सब साधन कर यह फल सुंदर मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी द्रवौ सो दशरथ अजीर बिहारी श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम. So one of the most celebrated chaupais, set of chaupais from Ramayana, Tulsidas ji's authored Ramayana, which is a favorite of Sri Maharaji. Sri Maharaji has sung this so many times. So Sri Vijay, if you can read the meaning.
Repetition of the divine name, performance of all duties pertaining to the four orders and stages of life, all penance, austerity, knowledge, exercise of compassion, control of the senses, and going on pilgrimage should result only in devotion to the lotus feet of the Lord. The Ramayana goes to the extent of saying that even Brahma, the creator, should be ignored if he is devoid of devotion.
So the chaupais accentuate the importance of bhakti, that no matter how exalted the personality, if the bhakti has not sprouted in the heart, the Lord is not impressed. Plain and simple. Because bhakti is the only way to achieve closeness to the Lord. In so many places, this has been made very clear. क्षिप्रम भवति धर्मात्मा शाश्वत शांतिम निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानीहि न मे भक्ता प्रणश्यति. Bhagavad Gita chapter 9 shloka number 31. In shloka number 30 the Lord says about the sinner, the person who commits अपि चेत्सु दुराचारो भजते माम अनन्य भाग साधुरेव स मंतव्य सम्यक व्यवसितो हि स. No matter how sinful the person is, if he has taken the decision that I'm going to become a bhakt of the Lord is willing to accept him and not consider his past sins as an obstacle. This is the merciful nature of the Lord. Akaran karun, karuna varanale, etc., etc. And in the next verse, he says, such a person will become the greatest Mahatma. So the past sins do not matter if the resolve is genuine and sincere. And not only that, the Lord says, Name bhakta pranashyati. My devotees will never fall down, will never have setbacks, will never have defeats, because the Lord, the Ananta Koti Brahmand Nayak, is the protector. He is not telling Name Jnani Pranashyati, Name Karmi Pranashyati. He is saying Name Bhakta Pranashyati. The one who is a devotee is forever protected by the Lord. Let us move on to the next,
I think
if
it's
there is any
end
other
of.
slide. Otherwise, this is the end of our text reading, the bhajan, the introduction, and now few minutes we have. We can open up for feedback and comments, review, and sharing
Yeah.
of your thoughts.
So as always, Priya, it's like so nice to hear this weekend when we start the weekend. This is one of the kind of most important thing that we should do, and we are doing it by pure grace and Sri Maharaj's grace. The key takeaways that you bring in, and the bhajan, the way you sing, and the summary and whole thing, like it's so nice. So it just revises everything from the beginning, and we are into the whole topic again. Um, I I I I liked a couple of points today. Like I just want to just highlight. One was regarding the future when oh, Vasudev ji was thinking like I'll hand over all the sons to Kans in future, and he was thinking like future can change. So I mean that is a learning from me, because we often get worried about future, and waste our time in present, thinking that, oh, what will happen in future, instead of we should leave and do most of the parmarth in present time, and not worried about future, thinking that okay, what will happen, future can change also. So that is something like I'll also to kind of take away from today's session. And second is also when when he was also explaining to Kans regarding the soul, how soul will change the body. So we often get scared, like it's our nature that we are scared of death. But when we keep on revising those things repeatedly, like even at some point we'll stop getting scared about that. So
So
that's what
wonderful.
that's what I will just kind of,
No,
and roll
very
it to
nice.
the next. Yeah.
Very nice, because this is a constant issue. Oh, I was so bad. I committed so many sins. Even now, I am committing sins. But these words of Sri Krishna are very assuring that, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Braja. So, who is not a sinner? The Maya is so strong that sinning is our nature. So, if you remember in the Holy Bible, this woman was being stoned, that this woman has committed adultery, infidelity, so she should be killed, she should be stoned to death. And Jesus Christ has been passing by, so he comes and he says words which change the attitude of the people. And he said, just hold for a moment, I'll give you a stones, you can forever, you can definitely punish her, but the first stone will be hurled by the person who never committed a sin. And then one by one, everyone dropped the stone. So that is how it is.
Right.
We can brand everyone else as a sinner and forget about our own sins. But if we analyze, everyone is a sinner until God realization, because Sri Maharaj Ji has made it very clear. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Mad, Moh, Matsar, Rag, Dvesh, Irshya. It will not go until the Lord has taken away the influence of Maya in our personality. That doesn't mean we take advantage of the Lord's merciful nature. Obviously, that will not be appreciated. But there are, thin lines, and there are cases where a person, he doesn't want to commit a wrong, but he ends up committing a wrong, which is what is spoken in chapter 2. In chapter 3, also in Bhagavad Gita, Arjun is asking, Kama esh, Krodh esh, Rajo gun samudbhavaha. Oh Krishna, please tell us, why is it that we don't want to commit sins, but as if some force is compelling us to do that? And Sri Krishna gives a beautiful response, that it is, the nature of the desire is such that it deludes the intellect of even the intelligent person, So with that, let us
So
open up for
rightly
the
said.
other participants to say
So
something.
rightly said, Bryce, we are like desire, which is kind of a big
Yeah,
hurdle in the
right,
path of this.
right. So sometimes,
So,
sometimes I also question the Lord. You have created this desire, in our life. So when you are in a fighting mood, you can say that to the Lord. You know,
yeah.
you create all the illusions of Maya, and then you want us to become pure overnight. And there are Maharaj's songs written, tu hi to hai mera Nanda Nandan. In that, such sentiments are also expressed,
Right.
that you have created such a strong Maya that we are all trapped, oh Lord. So
Yeah.
unless you grace, how are we going to improve? But this is a very great topic. If I speak like this, many people will take offense. So let
Thank you
me
so much, Mia. So,
hand over. Right.
anybody else
Yeah,
has any
nobody,
questions?
nobody will ever take offense to what you say, Rajesh Bhaiya. You're very humble. Absolutely, truly. Uh, Vijay Bhaiya, with the question you raised about worrying about the future, I used to be a big, big, big worrier, and I cannot say that I'm not now either. But the thing is, what I found is I used to then reflect on, let's say I've been thinking about something for the future, and 99.999% it won't happen as I had thought about it. It would be a better
Exactly.
result usually.
Yeah.
And then I began to jot down how many times that had happened and the amount of time and effort and energy wasted on futile thinking and worrying and sleepless nights and pondering. It doesn't materialize like that.
Yeah.
So we just have to think, okay, fine. Am I achieving anything? Is it really getting me anywhere? Or am I actually wasting the present moment? And then you come back to track, come back to track. That's my strategy, but yeah, I don't know if that's any help. Thank you.
Yeah. Very true. Like, I have, especially in office, like, sometimes I'll be overthinking that, okay, this person might be, kind of, there might be some escalation and people will start, saying or doing something like this. And I'll be thinking this over like a couple of days, and suddenly the things will be completely different, and they'll be talking in a very nice way, and things will be no more. It's like, it's all comes down to the same thing. Like, when I realize it's all mind which creates all these thoughts, and we get attached to those thoughts, and start thinking more and more, and without taking a break from that. So
Yes, but yeah. And Rajesh Ji, another fantastic session. So good to learn about Sri Krishna Bhagwan's avatar, and just phenomenal. Thank you ever such a lot. Vijay Bhaiya, I like your background, screensaver. Thank you.
Thank you.
Radhe
I-
Radhe.
I see Vaivya was unmuted himself. So do you have any questions, Vaivya?
Yeah, Radhe Radhe Bhaiya. Yeah, it was a very special session today as Janmashtami is coming. So I was really enticed to join this session. I tried to join, but failed to do that sometimes in the morning. It was really beautiful because Lord Krishna is coming in just 2 weeks to Janmashtami. So I would say very special session today. So it sets the
timing
mood
is
for the Janmashtami for all
exactly
of us.
proper timing.
Yes, very good timing. Radhe Radhe Bhaiya.
So wonderful. So wonderful. Radhe Radhe.
I see Vikas Bhaiya joining, and he's smiling. He looks like he has some questions.
No, I don't have any questions. So thank you, Rajesh Bhaiya. It was always like we have a reminder like every week, like as Maharaj ji said that we have to strong our Tattva Gyan. So basically, more we strong our Tattva Gyan, then it will be in our practice. So that's the key thing which I always remember. And everybody said that more you hear from anyone, that you will just your Tattva Gyan will get strong. And then you will stop thinking about the future and everything, whatever the worries comes in your mind.
So wonderful. So wonderful. Tattva Gyan is so important.
So Smita Didi, do you have Madhuji? If you have anything, like, you can.
Radhe Radhe Bhaiya. Radhe Radhe everyone, Jai Shri Krishna. Was very nice to resume back again, and Rajesh ji, as usual, there's so much knowledge we gain, and it's also been summed up by everyone nicely that worries, like Sheila ji mentioned, we torment ourselves in situations which is not materialized, and then we realize it happens the opposite. And it's so reassuring that mind, sometimes we have to tame the mind, but it's so difficult in Jivan. Also, another thing for me, a takeaway would have been, it was mentioned that the demonic values you have in the current present situation, it creates fear within the pious people, that why is it like this? But at the same token, it has been mentioned in Bhagavatam, which is fantastic. It is very old scriptures written many, many years ago. It's proven, and it is beyond any doubts that these are also part of the formation which has happened in the past, and righteousness will obviously prevail. So it was such a nice session, sir. In our limited
you so
knowledge,
much.
we are getting so much knowledge. It's a fountain of knowledge. At the same token, we are just at a very base. For my personal view, I find, like I've mentioned before, parents used to read the Ramayana and Bhagavad at a very young age, but we never understood it. And we're just finding the great narration from you, sir. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.
Thank you so much. Radhe Radhe.
Smita Didi, I heard you were saying something.
राधे राधे भैया बहुत ही सरल
Radhe.
साधारण चीजें हम लोग अपने जीवन में करते रहते हैं, और जितनी आशंकाएं और उम्मीदों के साथ हम लोग आगे बढ़ते हैं, उसमें अगर हमेशा भगवान का साथ रहे, चाहे वो भागवतम क्लासेस के जरिए रहे या कोई भक्ति से रिलेटेड कोई भी गीत गान करने वालों की संगति हो, किसी भी तरह भगवान के नजदीक अगर आप हैं और किसी काम में लगे हैं, तो वो काम खुद ब खुद अपने रास्ते पे सही से होता जाता है। हमारी धीरे धीरे सारी आशंकाएं, जितनी भी मन में शंकाएं, नाउमीदियां, सारी कुछ मिट जाती हैं। सिर्फ एक संकल्प हो कि भगवान हमारा सब कुछ देख रहे हैं और वो सब कुछ सही कर देंगे। सिर्फ इस सकारात्मक भावना के साथ जब हम कोई भी काम में हाथ डालते हैं और भगवान का साथ और उनमें विश्वास नहीं छोड़ते हैं तो हमें हमारी मंजिल जरूर मिल जाती है। पिछले 2 साल के हमारे अनुभव यही कहते हैं। पहले ऑफिस में हमेशा सकारात्मक भाव नहीं रहता था, लेकिन आज परिस्थितियां बिल्कुल ही बदल गई हैं, क्योंकि हम रेगुलर भगवान के बारे में और गीता या फिर भागवतम से जुड़े जो भी चीजें भैया बता रहे हैं, या इस ग्रुप में जितने सारे लोग अपनी अपनी अनुभवों को शेयर करते हैं या अपने साथ हुए कुछ घटनाओं परिस्थितियों को बताते हैं, उन सबको सुनकर यही प्रतीत होता है कि अगर हमारी भगवान में भक्ति और भावना बनी रहे तो कुछ भी बुरा हमारे साथ नहीं होने वाला है। हम हमेशा ही एक सकारात्मक दुनिया में हो जाएंगे और वो हमें इतनी शक्ति देगा कि वो नकारात्मकता से दूर जाकर हमेशा हमें एक पॉजिटिव और सुंदर रिजल्ट देखने को मिलेगा। आपके बहुत बहुत आभारी हूँ भैया। आपने इतना सुंदर दिन प्रतिदिन हर एक वीक इतनी डिसिप्लिन वे में हमें बिना एक वीक भी आपने ऐसा नहीं किया कि हमें छोड़ा हो। और चूंकि हम लोग पहले 20-25 लोग थे ग्रुप में, आज 5 हो गए, कभी 4 भी रहे हैं, फिर भी राजेश भैया ने जो चीज शुरू की उसको निरंतर हमारे साथ उन्होंने बनाए रखा पिछले 2 सालों से। ये बहुत बड़ी चीज है, क्योंकि बहुत सारे ऐसे भी लोग होते हैं जो देखते हैं कि ओ मेरे सुनने वाले ज्यादा नहीं है यहाँ पे, चलो हटाओ अब इसको यहीं पे समाप्त करो। भैया ने उस हिसाब से कभी नहीं सोचा, हमें 2-3 लोगों को लेकर ये आगे बढ़ते रहे। एटलीस्ट हम 4-5 जुड़े रहे भैया से, और हम 5 के लिए ही इन्होंने अपना घंटा भर बर्बाद किया हर वीक। ये बहुत बड़ी चीज है, आपके धैर्य की सीमा नहीं थी। और कभी कभी ऐसा भी हुआ कि हम लोग ये कार्यक्रम कर रहे थे और बीच में बहुत सारी परेशानियां भी आती थी, लेकिन भैया ने अपने आप को बहुत कंट्रोल में रखते हुए फिर से इस सेशन को आगे बढ़ाया। थैंक यू सो मच भैया। और विजय भैया और दीदी ने जो भी कुछ अभी कहा वो बहुत बड़ी बात है, और वो चीजों को हमने अपने जीवन में भी प्रतिबिंब रिफ्लेक्टेड होते हुए देखा है। और सचमुच में भगवान में सिर्फ आस्था मात्र आपको दुनिया के हर दुखों से पार कर देता है। राधे राधे।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। वेरी इंस्पायरिंग वर्ड्स एज यूजुअल। और वी कैन नाउ क्लोज द सेशन भैया।
Yes. So we'll catch up again same time next
राइट।
week.
बोलिए श्रीमद सदगुरु सरकार की
सरकार की
जय।
जय।
श्रीमद युगल सरकार
सरकार
की
की
जय।
जय।
जय जय
जय
श्री
श्री
राधे।
राधे।
जय जय
जय
श्री
श्री
राधे।
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 जय
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 श्री
श्री
राधे।
राधे।
राधे राधे।
राधे राधे।